Today is Saturday, October 17th, 2020, and plan on starting the RV-10 Empennage build tomorrow. So I thought I'd come down here in the basement workshop and do a quick tour of the workshop just to sort of get it on video before the work truly begins. So just kind of do a walk around. There's my what I've been using as sort of a desk area. There's the plans, section 6, vertical stabilizer. So we'll start that tomorrow. Got my repurposed shelf turned into a roll around tool cart with my tool chest up there. A bunch of junk and clamps and things and pieces of scrap metal and wood that I use down there. Got my Clecos. I'll need a lot more of those, but I have some more. Haven't opened them up yet. Tool chest, dies and sets, files, deburring tools, edge forming tools. Let's see, kind of drill bit reamer section. Got the pneumatic drill. I love that thing. I know I probably didn't have to have that, but I do think it's a nice tool. Very nice to use. Oh, let's see what's in there. That's dimple dies, pop rivet, more rivet sets. There we got the bigger pneumatic tools in this bigger drawer down here. So I've got the squeezer, the rivet gun, some bucking bars and yokes. So those will be spending a lot more time out than in, I suspect. Got my table here. I've had that table a long time, but I did kind of beef up the legs a little bit just to, make things sturdy since I plan to be riveting on this. And then I refinished, put a new top surface on it just to get it cleaned up and also to have something to route out and sink the back riveting plate into. These are my practice kits that I did, the toolbox and the aileron piece. Talk about those in a different video. Very useful, very helpful to learn and basically try out some things on. I made some mistakes and I tried out some different things, intentionally making mistakes almost. Just to practice different things, see what different methods I like for things like the trailing edge. So let's see, I did kind of splurge and get the air manifold there from Cleveland Tool. That's really handy. It's basically those 10-foot, I love those 10-foot air hoses. They're light, the connectors are light, they're real flexible, and having 3 of them to be able to hook up, the drill and the squeezer, or the drill and the rivet gun, at the same time is really handy. I went and that air hose goes across the ceiling there. That goes to my compressor way up in the garage. It's a 100-foot long hose. I was a little worried. I didn't want to bring my big compressor down here and have it be all noisy, running all the time. So I thought, well, I'll see if I can run a hose all the way down to the basement, and hopefully I won't lose too much pressure and flow by having a long hose like that. It worked great so far. It's been fine. So I'm real happy I did that. Other tools over here. None of this is really bolted down, but I can move things around. But I've tried to sort of lay it out. Now there's the Cleveland Aircraft Tool C-frame dimpler, and that table or that platform there I built per their instructions. That's worked out really well so far. I mean, I used it on the some of the practice kits, whether I really needed that sort of thing or not, just to give it a try, and it worked great. I'll probably I won't need it right away. I'll probably move it out of the way, and then I'll be able to spread out some of these tools a little more. But I got my old drill press, bandsaw, belt sander back there, which I bought that belt sander and then decided probably the thinner one, this, this 1 inch, that one will stand up, rotate 90 degrees vertically so that it's oriented vertically. And I used it like that. That works fine. But this one's maybe a little more fine. You can do a little more fine work on that thing. So I kind of got both. I kept the other one. We'll see. And then picked up another grinder to just mount those 3M. Those are the medium and the forget what you call it, fine or soft, or 3M wheel, the less dense wheel there. And then that's the one you use the most. So all set up, ready to go. Like I say, I've been using this setup for the practice kits. It's worked out fine so far. There's empennage. So some of the parts, some of the bigger parts, that's 11 foot long at least, horizontal stabilizer spars. So those I've got hanging up on the wall there. Some of the channel pieces and the elevator push rod tube up there as well. Then on this shelf here, I've got the tips and tubs full of rivets and screws and everything. And then working my way down, rudder and vertical stabilizer parts, horizontal stabilizer and elevator parts, and tail cone, fuselage parts down there at the bottom. Hanging up there, more tail cone parts. And then working our way over here. Credit to Jason Ellis for giving me the idea of hanging some of these parts. There's the big tail cone parts. Those are 8 or 9 feet long, and obviously needed a place to store those, so that's worked out really well. And then down here I've got the skins for most of the tail surfaces, and some of the shorter spars, rudder, elevator, vertical stabilizer spars. Basically anything that could fit on that table went on that table, and things that were too big, I hung them up. And that's pretty much it. That's the work area. Hope to get going tomorrow.